Welcome back to Is a Raw Two Girls a Dungeon? Anime Review Episode 43. You might know my voice is a little different than usual because I got stuffed up nose. Not happy with that. This episode basically is discussing the penultimate episode of Season 4. Which is called, if I can get to the damn thing here. Here we go. Daydream, A Sweet Lie. This episode covers pretty much pages 336 to 372 of, of this. Yep. So, what happens in this episode? Well, we first start with Belle and Lou when they're drying stuff off because Belle passed the last episode. So at one point, basically, Belle is well, he's down with basically his pants and his boots. And then, of course, we'll try to out more. Well, Lou proceeds to strip down to her pair of panties. Takes off her shredded shirt and her tiny shorts she wears. And of course, Belle, being a complete gentleman, basically using the coat that she was wearing, since like a couple episodes back, as a way to give her privacy, which that's actually quite ingenious. And then her getting back to the coat, and of course, sitting there for a while, chatting. He of course asks him why she saved him. So he saved her because he wanted to. You want to save her life. And she detects basically no lie. That's what she wanted to do. Then, of course, in order to get him warmed up, they proceed to do the body warp type thing. Except Belle, not holding her from the front, basically just hug her from behind and basically warmed her that way. By the way, I should point out that Lou is basically wearing only a pair of panties. No shoes, just panties. After a while, they let go. Then, of course, after the clothes dry off, they walk off, and of course, they encounter surprisingly no monsters. Yeah, no monsters at all, which is a bit surprising, though there is actually a reason why they're not counting monsters. I'll get to that. So, after walking for a while, they come across the fourth wall. Basically, they're almost out of the floor. First, they come across like a dead end. Then, of course, they blast away this hole in the ceiling. And, of course, they get out of that area. Then, of course, a proper dungeon after being at the Coliseum area for a while. Then, of course, basically, they, of course, come across the wall itself. And, of course, they cross the wall, get to the other side. They're basically getting close to the end. And then the Juggernaut shows up. Yep, the Juggernaut shows up when they exit a little area. And of course, but apparently this creature's been eating other monsters to restore missing body parts. They chase it, and of course, he uses a move that one of the bosses we saw just a few episodes back used, the whole spike thing. 1,000 spikes. Then, of course, they get through the whole hole where they, of course, find some monsters there. They eliminate pretty easily. Belle is basically they're dying after basically stab one of these damn things. And using firebolt to charter his wound. Which, that's actually quite genius to do, by the way. Nothing stupid about it, just really a genius idea. I mean, after all, it's a fire-based move, and you need to charter the wound, and that's the way to do it. And, of course, you have her just healing his wound. Then, of course, and the monsters, of course, they lie on the ground. No, these two are not going to have sex. No, they're not going to have sex. So, they hug each other. And, of course, she goes to sleep. The Belle stands up and basically prepares when monsters come by. Or she's healing. End of the episode. And, yeah, that's all that happens. And I do like the fact they keep a lot in here. I'd say very little was cut here. From what I can tell from reading the stuff here, it seems that maybe a couple lines were cut, but it's pretty common. It's very light and accurate this episode. And here's the sad thing: we have one episode left to go, and I should point out though this. This episode covered roughly this much of the book. And you're probably wondering how much is left to go to be done for the book. The answer is not much. The answer is roughly this much. We'll probably cover this one next week's episode, which will be the finale for the season. Though for some reason they titled next week's episode as series finale. Not sure why, given the fact there's still more light novels to adapt. I'd say there's about 4 left to adapt. but maybe they'll hold off for another year before they send their season, which I think it's a smart move to do. But yeah, overall, really good episode. Love it. Okay, so that's episode review. You probably wondering where was the Gecko Reach review? Well, I had to do a lot of working outside today, so I'm completely exhausted for that. So I'm still gonna do videos today. So next up is gonna be Dotoma's Dogro. Okay, next video. Bye.